Welcome back, Wayfarer. In a previous video we had listed a number of allegations that had been raised on behalf of the Illuminist community against Corey Ridhan, also known as Morgan, and his co-conspirators. These accusations included deception, plagiarism, reputation besmirchment, larceny, engagement in counter-revolutionary interference, anti-altruistic, unethical and egocentric behavior, and finally violation of the Hyperianist oath by failing to act in accordance to logic and reason, and in support of freedom for the individual and the whole. These allegations are already grave in themselves, but what magnifies and adds to their gravity even further is the genetic relationship which Illuminism, as the father, and Hyperianism, as its progeny, shares. This claim will be further corroborated in the course of this video and the ones to come. Out of all the allegations listed above, however, the most urgently in need of further addressing are, of course, the ones most damning and serious in their nature. This set includes the first, second, third, and sixth mentioned accusations that we enumerated earlier. We are going to explore these instances further and provide a more detailed dissection of them in the near future. For this session, however, we will be tackling the plagiarism charge. Plagiarism can be defined in the most general form as a wrongful appropriation, presenting or publishing of someone else's work or ideas, or the expression of the ideas as your own with or without their consent, by incorporating it into your work without crediting or giving full acknowledgement to the source. In short, it is the use of other people's efforts to your benefit, without telling others that you are doing so. Wikipedia writes, plagiarism is considered a violation of academic integrity such as truth and knowledge through intellectual, as well as personal honesty in learning, teaching, research, fairness, respect, and responsibility, and a breach of journalistic ethics." End quote. Examples of plagiarism relevant to our case study include 1. Turning someone else's work as your own. 2. Copying words or ideas from someone else without giving credit. 3. Changing words but copying the sentence structure of a source without giving credit. And 4. Copying so many words or ideas from a source that it makes up the majority of your work, whether you give credit or not. Now that we have done the necessary groundwork for our case study, we can start assessing through a comparative analysis whether an isomorphic correspondence does in fact prevail between the Illuminist system and the Hyperianist ideology or not, regardless of what any single individual would have to say either in support of or in opposition to this assertion. In short, the working hypothesis of our investigation is that if key similarities can be identified between the two, then we have demonstrably substantiated the charge of plagiarism against Hyperianism as being correct. Our study can only be brief due to the breadth and complexity of the object of our study. But this is not to say that our investigations would be insufficient. As a matter of fact, the completion of our task is surprisingly straightforward for the simple reason that the system of ontological mathematics is unique. There are no other similar systems and there are no other parties laying a claim to its ownership. Additionally, each party has an identifiable core collection of works, and it is merely by checking their date of publication that we can establish which one rose to the world stage prior to the other one. The hypothesis which we mentioned in the previous part can be crystallized into 3 smaller tasks, which in turn can be rephrased as questions. These questions are: 1. The genealogy ideas, that is, which system came first? 2. The isomorphism of ideas, meaning how are they similar? And 3. The diffusion of ideas, or what led to this supposed resemblance? Let us begin by opening up the first of the 3 tasks that have now been presented to us.